Okay, I'm going to show you how to take a rectangular piece of paper, make it into a square, and then to divide that square into 12 pretty even sections. We need 12 sections for our color wheel because we have 12 colors on our color wheel. And since we don't have a compass, we can't really divide it the way I normally would using the radius of a circle. So let's take our paper first of all and make it square. So you can see what I started to do. I'm going to fold this bottom corner up to here. And the way I'm going to make it perfect and precise is by lining up this edge here with that edge back there. What you want to make sure before you press this is that the corner is precise. Okay, so make sure it's going right into the corner there. And make sure there are no wrinkles along this edge. And as soon as you get that, then you can just press it towards the other edge and you'll get that, okay? And how we're gonna make that into a square is to cut off this extra piece. So take a pair of scissors and cut it. Da, 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 da. All right, now we have a square piece of paper. We are going to start with this line. You see that line that we just folded? Well, let's try to unfold it if we can to try and make it nice and straight. And then we're going to take a ruler, connect that corner to this corner, and draw our first line from corner to corner. Then we're going to do the same thing from the other way, connect this corner here with that corner, and draw that. Now we have an X on our paper. Do not divide this in half. Now don't draw a line straight vertical and straight horizontal, because then you're going to have the wrong number, because that would give you 8 or 16 if you divide those in half. That's not going to work. We need to have exactly 12, and we want them to be pretty much the same size. Now, one way we can do that is by measuring. Well, we can get close by measuring. We can't do it perfectly because dividing things into thirds is kind of nearly impossible. But we are going to divide each one of these into 3 pieces. Instead of dividing it in half into 2, we're going to divide it into 3. It's kind of tricky, but if you notice, since we have 4 sections already, if we divide each one of those into 3, so we have 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 3 there, 3 times 4 is 12. So that's what we need. Dividing something into 3 is kind of tricky. So first of all, if you put your ruler on your paper so that the measuring part of the ruler is by the edge of your paper, not the end of your ruler, but the measuring part, you're going to see that your paper should be 8.5 inches long, because that's the size of computer paper. Now, 8.5 divided by 3, let's see what it turns out to be. If we get our old calculator out, 8.5 divided by 3 equals, oh, look at that weird number, 2.83333. So like 2.8 and a third, basically, because that's the 3's divided. What is that on our ruler? Well, let's just take a look. We're gonna kind of guess, you guys. I'm just telling you that right now. It's gonna be a guesstimate. But I know that this is half, so here's 2, right? 2.5 is right there. 2 3/4 or 2.75 is right there. So 2.83 is bigger than 2.75, but not by much. So we're just gonna go one more mark past that. So that's 2.75 right there. We're gonna go one more mark past that. So right there, we're gonna mark it. Now on the other side, what does that turn out to be? I don't know. Let's just turn our ruler upside down. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna go 2.5, 2.75, one more mark past that. If you want to just remember it, an easy way, you can look at where the 3 inches is. Let me turn it back this way so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's 3 inches. You can count backwards from 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 marks backwards from the 3 inch. That might help you better. So now the cool thing about our paper being divided like it is, we can draw this all the way through the middle and do 2 at once. So here's the center of our X, and there's my first mark. I'm going to line up the center with our first mark and draw it all the way through. Whoa! And then we're going to take our second one like that and do the same thing. Line it up with the center and mark it all the way through. Then repeat that process on the other side So we have 2 inches. We're going to count backwards from there's the 3-inch mark. We're going to count backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Turn it upside down. Do the same thing on the other side. There's the 3. Count backwards. 1, 2, 3. And then draw that through your center. Ha-ha. Do the same thing over here. Draw that through your center. Ha-ha. Now you have a square piece of paper that has exactly 12 sections, and we can use this to make our color wheel.